This is Catching Exceptions, and today I'm going to introduce you to an enterprising entrepreneur, Nabil Orfali. So thank you for sitting with me and taking the time.
Hey Mark, thanks for having me.
So, I know you have an interesting story, but let's start at the beginning. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world, Damascus. So that's in Syria.
That's a very interesting place at this time.
At this time, unfortunately.
Is Damascus doing well at this point, or is it?
It's not. Yeah, it's like getting destroyed completely. Not the city, but the whole country. That's a totally different story. It's very unfortunate.
I'm sorry to hear that. But how did you in Syria get started programming?
Yeah, so I grew up in Damascus in Syria. Got to coding when I was 13 or 14 years old, around like grade 8. Started to code with the basic and MS-DOS and all these old technologies. And sure enough, I went to a computer science school, graduated, worked there in Syria for around 3 years. Around 1998, I started to build the first online payment portal in the country at that time, using old technologies like ASP.3 and VB scripts and SQL Server. Interesting times at that. So yeah.
What was the challenge like trying to work in that environment? I mean, there must have been very limited resources.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, even internet was not available at that place at that time. We had to dial up to Lebanon to get internet, like international call to get internet.
And now you're not in Syria. You're actually in Canada. How did you end up making a transition from there?
So in 2001, I traveled to Saudi Arabia, worked there for 6 years, moved my career from development to technical management and then to technical project management. And then in 2007, I made the move for good to Toronto. Continued working as a project manager, and then my first exposure to Cycle was in 2008, Cycle 6.2. We've done a project for a client, and since then it was like watching how this great product is evolving, and it's come a long way.
And you're an entrepreneur as well. What is it like trying to build a business? What is that journey?
Oh yeah, it's an amazing journey. I'm an entrepreneur by DNA. So when I going over my career and transitioning my career from role to role and growing there, always building something on a side. So in 2013, I had an internet portal, kind of a cloud business apps review site with some artificial intelligence and machine learning. And it picked up, and I started to get like 15,000 unique visits a month. Did some good SEO and marketing. And the Canadian Trade Commissioner nominated me to be sent to the Silicon Valley on a program. Grabbed great experience and good network. And all that knowledge helped me to build TechGuilds. I co-founded TechGuilds in 2014, and ever since we've been growing and very successful so far. Thanks to my business partner Dennis as well.
Was it as crazy as the kind of media makes it seem?
Actually, it is very tough. It is very tough. It's like a roller coaster. It's up and downs always with challenges, but that's what keeps you interesting and interested and passionate about what you're doing. When you see this business growing and you have, when you walk into the office, see like 13 people happy and working and building interesting stuff, that's like the reward. So it's very interesting journey.
What are you doing here that's really interesting for you?
Yeah, so basically we started TechGuilds a couple of years ago as a mentoring practice. The vision is to be the best in Sitecore implementation and the knowledge to have a big team of the best in the industry. But what's really interesting, something we're working on right now, is I can't speak much about it, but in a high level, we are working on making Cycle the very first VR-enabled CMS on the enterprise level.
That opens up a lot of interesting doors, certainly.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, the first application would be, a lot of application would be for that platform. E-commerce, of course, is one of them. You put your device, whether it's AR or VR, and then you walk into the store and just have a buying experience, right? You can
pull up information about a product.
Yeah, very easy. Just point on the product and get all the information you need. The other application we're working on for that is real estate. Imagine that if you're looking for a property, you can just put your device, fly over the city, and then see which houses are for sale or for rent. So you can just point on it, and it will give you the total cost of the ownership, including auto insurance impact and utilities, maintenance. What is the commute time to your work? You can just see it on the map. Commute costs. If you have kids, what is the school rating in the area? What is the shops or interest around this area? Just in a tap. Or very exciting.
That is exciting. So that's all the questions I have for you. But this is the time where you get to have your opportunity and speak to the community directly, if you have any kind of message you want to give.
So I just want to give a big shout out to my business partner, Dennis. So Dennis, we've done a great job building TechGuilds, and I look forward to take it to the next level, and with the innovation we're talking about, and making Psycho the first VR-enabled CMS.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. Pleasure.
Thanks for sharing your vision.
Thank you.
So that was Catching Exceptions, and you just met Nabil Orfali, co-founder and Psycore delivery commander at TechGuilds. Next time you see me, we're going to be getting to know somebody else. Till then, hang loose.